Good morning. Out for a drive, and I want to talk about talking to each other, texting to each other, and what's the next step. Right now, it appears that the next step we won't talk at all. The only people that will be talking will be the talking heads on network TV and the talking heads on all of the social media sites, including me. But as far as talking to your family members or whatever, apparently that's kind of gone. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. Maybe some of y'all do. I just happen to be in that group that doesn't get much in the way of communication from family members. But be that as it may, when did texting invade our life? It appears, based on what minimal research I have done, that it occurred, the big transition started in about 2002, where we went from very, 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 very few texts to a few billion texts in a period of about 2 years. Now, I don't know how many texts are done per day worldwide now, but I would suspect that it's in the trillions, all right? And, you know, that's just a big change. You know, for me, texting took over, really, when I was age 50, about 55 to 57. I'm 77 now. And, you know, I'd already learned how to talk. You know, I'd learned how to enjoy conversation and all that stuff and actually look forward to it. You know, you go in a place where there's people around and you'd sit and talk a little bit. And, you know, it was just kind of a thing to do. It was social interaction. And now the only talking that's happening is the talking heads on the television. Now, whether you're watching network television or YouTube or some other social media thing, doesn't matter. It's not your family out there talking to you unless you have kinfolks in the media. It's others, you know. And is that good or bad? I'm not going to debate the good or bad. It just is, you know. I mean, it's like, is a tree good or bad? They're just there, you know. I mean, some trees are better, I guess, for providing foodstuffs than others, but it's just fascinating to me how quickly we bit and immediately went to text, because what was happening with the telecoms all over the world was that cell phones was increasing voice data at such a rapid rate that they couldn't keep up. You know what I mean? And so somehow through, you know, monkey see, monkey do, or whatever, they transitioned the whole world from audio, vocal, to just text. Now, which takes up most space in the quote pipeline? Vocal, no doubt, and video, yeah, no doubt. Text take up nothing, you know, unless you're sending a picture with it or something. But yeah, that's but anyway, just a change. I just happened to be out here driving on this little lonely road this morning and having me a Diet Dr. Pepper and some mixed nuts with some dark chocolate, and yeah, I can't complain. It's just because you can see what a pretty day it is. It's about 48 degrees. It isn't raining, knock on wood. It was supposed to. There's a 40% chance of rain, but just thought I'd take a drive in my electric vehicle. That's another big technological change for me, is to have a car that is 100% electric. You know what I mean? It's a Chevy Bolt 2022 2LT, you know, and do I like it? Hell yeah. It's, you know, I've often wondered, I thought about I was hoping that I'd be able to live long enough to get an all-electric car, but it appeared that Tesla was going to be the only one for a long time, and then all these other manufacturers started jumping in, and the price came down to a level I could afford. And so that's why I've got this Bolt now. Well, for several reasons. I wanted an electric car. It is much more economical to operate than a gasoline-powered car for a lot of reasons. And a lot of people are going to say, well, what about when you replace the battery? Well, I'm not going to replace the battery. Shit. The battery's guaranteed for 100-something thousand miles. And right now I got 2,345 miles. I average about 1,500 miles a month. So it would take me about 8 years to 9 years to get to that 100,000 mile level. But what they found then is that like with the Prius, the battery goes longer. It's got better life than they expected. So I guess it depends on how you maintain it, but that kind of ties in with the texting and stuff. It's just a technological change, and get on, get off, or get out of the way because it's here. And I live a pretty simple life, but that comes. My beginnings were humble and simple, and lived on the farm and stuff. So this new stuff is quite fascinating to me. Quite fascinating. I enjoy it. I enjoy technology when it works. But we're on our way, or I'm on my way to Camp Wood, Barksdale area. Camp Wood is about 500 people, 600 in that range. Barksdale is about 100. They're about 2 or 3 miles apart. It's just a drive. That's all. Just wanted to take a little drive to get out and about, break the routine up a little bit. And before I left, I was thinking about text. Everybody texts. And I remember when texting first started, a lot of people resisted that change, including me, because I wanted to talk. I wanted to hear my children's voices because I could tell kind of what was happening. But not now, man. I get a call every now and then, but it's a rare thing. It's a rare thing. I guess if you don't have anything to say, just send a text. It's more efficient for sure. You just put a few words out there. And another thing, now we express our emotions with emojis. Okay, if something surprises you, you've got an emoji for that, or if it makes you happy or sad or whatever, you got all kinds. Thousands of them. Whatever emotion you have, you can express with emojis, and a lot of people do that quite well. Yes, you get a good mental picture of what they're thinking by looking at the little pictures after the text. So what does that have to do with the price of apples in Russia? Nothing, not a thing. Pretty day, guys, pretty day. But I just thought I'd do this video to stimulate your thinking because, I remember back in the 50s, I was born in 1945, and prior to that, they hooked the whole world on smoking cigarettes. All right, basically they were poisoning the whole population of the world with nicotine and smoke, and managed to do it very well. They used the public relations corporations out of Wall Street, and over a period of years convinced the whole world to smoke. Did I smoke? Yeah, I did for about 10 years. And fortunately I quit. Many others didn't, and they're no longer here. But we can be groomed and trained to do about anything the powers to be want us to do, and we don't even know we're doing it. No kidding, guys. Well, is that good or bad? I don't know. Hell, it's the way it is. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to send you a text of this video, but I couldn't figure out how to do a text video. Maybe I will figure that out one day, or they'll have it soon, where you can text. You can text a short video, you can. But a video as just a long text. You click on my YouTube channel and go to my videos, and there would be a long text. I could probably do that. I could probably do that. Will I? No. Why? Too damn lazy to fool with. So, with that in mind, on a cool day, 47 degrees now, and a nice day for a drive in the Texas Hill Country, or brush country, whatever you want to call it. We'll get into the hills here in a few minutes. Either direction out of Brackettville, Texas, where I live. I live in Fort Clark Springs, which is right across the highway. But any direction you go except south and west, well, actually, if you go west, you get into the hills too. But it's really pretty. I enjoy it. I do, or I wouldn't do it. So anyway, guys, enjoy your whatever day this is. And it doesn't matter. Just enjoy your day, whatever day it is. And thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want. Use the Amazon link if you want food with it. If you don't, don't. No problem. Eat healthy. Stand guard at the door of your mind. And send your family a text for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Be thoughtful. Adios. Bye-bye.